But you know, I still, as you can tell, it still bothers me, and I still wonder, like, what if I could go back in time? What would I do differently? You know, is there any way? I mean, obviously, Google and Wikipedia, like free content, and just the Google search engine in general was like a runaway train. It would have been very, very hard to imagine a scenario where we could have persisted and won. But I do wonder if we could have done things differently. And you know, one thing that strikes me, and it's probably obvious to all of you, is that bringing the marketing team in at the very last second, when they weren't really convinced that we were building the right thing, when their idea of what the customers wanted was very different from what our engineering team thought, that wasn't maybe so good. Like, it would have been better if we talked to them in the beginning, and they either got on board with what we were doing or convinced us that it was something else that we should do. So that's one thing. But the other thing is that there's all these ideas that we argued about, and we could only build and launch one of them. But what if we could have, you know, explored some of those other ones? There was one really crazy idea that at the time I actually thought was kind of interesting. What if we gave away all of the Encarta content for free online? Because the new price for encyclopedia content was free. So what if we just gave it away and let people come to it? Maybe that would have helped Microsoft's search efforts. I don't know. It's impossible to say. Anyway, it's all water under the bridge. And in 2007, I left Microsoft and I came to work at Google. So I'm a little bit of a traitor. And anyway, I came to Google, and over those years at Microsoft, I had gotten really interested in the way teams build products, like the processes. I'm really a geek about process and how people spend their time. So I was really curious. I mean, in 2007, coming to Google, I was like, what is it like inside Google? How do they build products? They had this reputation for being really, really fast. And so I wondered, like, when you go from an idea to launch at Google, like, what's that like? And anyway, it turned out it was pretty much the exact same thing. It's been several months of building something and bringing the marketing team at the last second to try to explain what the engineers came up with. So that was kind of weird. But I mean, actually, to be honest, sometimes it was a little faster. And sometimes there was this other thing that happened where, like, the engineers would come up with an idea, and they'd just build it and just, like, it would never launch. And, you know, this happens. This happens in organizations. And actually, I worked on a project like this at Google. It was a pretty cool idea. It was to be able to do video meetings in a browser. And some of the underlying technology was already there at Google, but we thought, like, I wonder if we could do this in the browser and make it like a public tool. And we thought about this idea for a really long time. And it was just kind of going on, and it was like on the back burner. It was nobody's real priority, and nobody ever was 100% sure what it should look like, and we kind of argued and meandered. And then this one week in 2009, I got together with a couple of other folks who worked in the Google Stockholm office who were also really into this idea. And we cleared our schedules, and we locked ourselves in not literally locked, but we were in this small conference room with no windows inside. You know, it's the middle of winter in Stockholm. It's like 2 degrees out. And when we're in there, there's nothing we can do except work on this problem. And so we hammered it out, and we had this rough idea for how you might lay out the UI for this tool. And they had enough of the tech, and so that one of the guys was an engineer, and he built this working prototype, hacking kind of the software that we had. And this is like the very first version of it. That's the guy who wrote the software. And it worked well enough that we could start using it on our team and start sharing it around Google. And eventually this thing launched. This is like the earliest version of Google Hangouts. But the thing that was cool about it, I thought afterwards, was I thought back about, you know, the way that we normally build projects, and I thought, God, that 1 week was like so much happened. Right? Like, we did everything. We were all focused, and we just did everything in 1 week. And then we were able to start, like, seeing how people reacted to it for real around the company. We exposed it to people. Like, I wondered if there was any way to kind of reproduce that week, to sort of artificially make that happen at the beginning of projects. And so that started to become my thing. I got really into that, and I started doing that in 2010 around Google. I called it a design sprint, and over the years and working with different teams, I kept experimenting with different, you know, sort of formulas for how to structure the time. In 2012, I left Google and went to go work at Google Ventures. And at Google Ventures, we invest in startups. And so the idea with doing these design sprints with the startups was we thought we could help them make their products more successful, get to product market fit faster, essentially, by testing ideas in a very early stage, exposing them to users, and not having to wait that long period of time until something had launch. So, as you guys know, if you run a startup, you have this challenge, right? You see a business opportunity, a product opportunity, but there are a lot of different ways you can execute on it. There's a lot of different ideas. And you've got to know that like some of them are probably good, but a lot of them are worthless, and some might be actively dangerous. Like there's some ideas, if you launch it, the company might go out of business. You might get really bad press, or you might break the law or something. It's hard to know exactly which idea is which up front. Right? So some of those ideas seem appealing, but you don't know. And so as a founder, as a leader on your team, you've got to follow your best hunch. You've got to pick one of those ideas. And so what's become really commonly accepted, not only in Silicon Valley, but around the world, is the idea that you pick an idea, you've got to get data on it fast, right? And this is not going to be news to you guys, but you've got to get data and then revise that idea. Make sure it's the one you want to stick with. Maybe even unlaunch it if it's not going so well.